put the injuries aside, why has, in your opinion, Keith Thurman been so inactive?
Oh, this is interesting. So injuries aside, COVID was just a phenomena that took us by storm, right? And that was the main reason from that time gap that you just brought up, right? COVID was the main reason to get to the Barrios fight. Now, I'll be honest, I missed an opportunity. I got a phone call. They said, Keith, we want you to go to LA, fight in studios with no fans. Now, you got to understand, one, you're talking to Keith Thurman. Two, I just fought Manny Pacquiao in a packed arena, and now you're asking me to perform with nobody there. That I'm going to hear every word my coach says, you know, and I don't know if the film guy is going to be shouting out instructions. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's going to happen? We fighting in studios. The fighter that I am. Now, from a business perspective, I look back in retrospect, I should not have said no. They wanted to keep Thurman's name out there from the Pacquiao fight. They wanted to put me on the TV. They just wanted boxing to be entertaining because they know I deliver that. So they went to me first. When I said no, thank you, politely, that's when they called up Sean Porter, and Sean Porter got that fight in studios. You know, they just wanted to get sports moving back around. I didn't even ask, what are you putting on the table? How much money is it? I literally said, the phone call didn't take more than 3 minutes. I said, that sounds like the most boring thing I ever heard of. Hard pass. Like, I need the fans. I need the adrenaline, you know? And like I said, in retrospect, we should have just stayed busy. But I had no clue. I had no clue what COVID was going to do. I had no clue that it was going to take that long to be in Mandalay Bay, to get a Barrios fight, to be with the fans once again, you know? And some people look at that performance and they say, man, shoot, Thurman rocked him several times. He could have stopped him, this and that. And I ain't going to lie, man, it felt so good to be under those lights. I just want to put on a show, And then I have another problem, which I talk about that tug and war, right? I got another problem. I want you in the fight. I want you to show me what you trained for. I want you to show me your skills and talent. That's how much I believe in myself, that I want you here. I want you fighting me. I want you showcasing what you got, so that after you do that, I can just put my skills on top of that and show that whatever you bring to the table is not enough, And I'm starting to realize that I'm playing with fire. Thurman doesn't need to be putting in all these extra rounds, putting all these boxing performances, even though it was beautiful. I got a lot of compliments. They said, man, your boxing was beautiful. You schooled that boy. You couldn't tell that he was an ex-world champion. Some people were comparing it like, Tank stopped him. Tank stopped him. I heard Mario Barrios said on a podcast, he was like, yeah, I know what Tank did, man, but, Thurman was different, It's like I took away his fight spirit in the fight, with my movement, and just showed him that you thought you had confidence in your boxing, but your boxing is somewhere on a elementary, middle school level. You know what I'm saying? This is scholar. I'm a boxing scholar, and I just wanted to take the boy to school, and I did that, but I admire what Tank has done, and I see what the world sees in the entertainment. And we might have to just start sitting back down on our punches and go back to hurting people the way that it used to be done.
Oh, wow. So it sounds like you're telling me one time is coming back.
I mean, it's, there's a certain mindset, and I've heard comments, I've read comments, this and that, but there's a certain mindset when you witness a knockout fighter. We can just go back to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was not playing around. There is a certain mindset and there's a certain exertion of energy that one needs to be willing to do when they're trying to knock people out. I mean, you can look at Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? It's that knockout punch. And you really got to look for it. You set it up and you want to be explosive, you know? Throughout the years of my boxing career, as I became a world-class 12-round championship fighter, you got to learn some in and outs. You got to be able to utilize the ring, circle them with the jab, especially when you're fighting flat-footed Mexicans. No disrespect to the Chicos, they've done great things in the sport of boxing, but there's that analogy of the flat-footed, he's the bull versus the matador. And, you just use angles and you use your movement and you use some tactics, and those have come in handy as I was coming up fighting some of these guys. And then I got to showcase that Thurman is more than a puncher. He's a boxer too, boxer puncher, but I just think the scale tipped a little bit too much on footwork, utilization of certain things, and not just, hey man, thanks for coming, but we done. I'm gonna wash my hands clean of this one. We're done, and so I gotta tip my hat back to the Tank, and what I love about when I reflect, I like to put myself in other fighters' shoes. I don't know how many people do this, but I like to put myself in other fighters' shoes. And the first thing you got to do is you got to recognize the ring name. Okay. When Pretty Boy Floyd went from Pretty Boy Floyd to Money Mayweather, and he never fought Keith Thurman, and all he did was make a whole lot of money, it's not a surprise. Okay. It's in the name. It's in the title. Okay. Floyd, Money, Mayweather, not Floyd, fight everybody that I need to fight Mayweather. Okay. There's a difference, okay? But it's a great success story. Another takeaway. Phenomenal, there's no guarantee that I would even beat the man. The man was phenomenal. It is what it is. It's greatness. But I would have loved to have the opportunity to share the ring with a fighter like that. But Money Mayweather, Errol Spence, the truth, right? He comes from that Olympic status, similar to Mayweather, right? You look at Tank. Come on, man. You can't bring a knife to a gunfight. You can't bring a 22 when I got a shotgun, okay? But his name ain't Shotgun, people, okay? His name's not even Rocket Launcher, okay? It's a tank. Who can fight a tank? Okay? Not saying that the man's unbeatable. Okay? I'm not saying that. I'm saying you gotta just in the title, just put yourself in their shoes. Because when Tank is setting up, once he fires, it's boy, they rock you. They rock you, they shock you, and that's what a tank's all about. And I love it, And one time was similar for me. Who embodies that one time KO punch? Of course, I grew up embodying that. Then I saw Deontay Wilder, and I thought that was the definition of one time. If I ain't never known the definition of one time, you see that monster land a punch. This is not okay. So, and once again, Bronze Bomber. Boom, boom, boom. It's in the title. It's a psychological. We're human beings. We embody the spirit of a warrior. To what degree? To what degree? Sweet Pete, Pernell Whitaker. Boy, so sweet with it. So sweet with it. There's a sweetness to it. Like when you get in the flower and you get that little nectar and that natural sweetness, that honey, that all natural, that's what it's all about. So one time, we got to go back to one time. They can play their games. They can say what they want to say once upon a time, but one time is a mindset. And as I get back into the original mindset of what it means to be Keith One Time Thurman, I believe that it will showcase in my future fights.